Hello guys, so for this look, I started off by concealing my already micro braided brows. I have an ombre powder brow, so I concealed it with my foundation, and then I went in with Sasha setting powder to mattify it. And then when I was done with that, I blended it in properly with my Debilusta beauty blender. Then I went in with my Milani eyebrow pencil, and then I first of all mapped my brows. Guys, for how to get your perfect mapping for your face, for your eyebrow, I have a video full tutorial on my page. I'll attach that to this video. So to achieve a more natural looking brow, for the beginning of my eyebrow, I use strokes. I use my pencil to create strokes to give a hair illusion, and then I shaded the tip of the end of the brows. I did same for the other side of my face. I created the mapping, shaded the tip, and created the same strokes at the beginning towards the end to give a hair illusion as well. And when I was done with that, I went in with my Elegant Pro Concealer to highlight the brows. Underneath the brows, I like to do my highlights a bit. For this look, I made it a bit lighter to give it a good pop. For a perfect smooth finishing, I like to blend it with my hands after every application for my brows, and to avoid any kind of errors, you want to take an inch at a time. Don't just dive into your brows, because that might mess things up for you. If you're perfect or you have a technique that works for your brows, as every face and every shape is different, you might want to stick to that. So for the frontal part of my eyebrow, I used a darker concealer, something a bit close to my skin, and I blended it out with my hand. Then for the upper part of my eyebrow, I use my exact skin shade of concealer to define the brows. If you've got a very organized brow hair, you might not really need to do all of this. So for me, I've got none at all, and I use this to kind of give it a perfect definition, to bring out my brow, out of my face, to make it look really nice. And you just want to, of course, take it an inch at a time, slowly, until you achieve your desired size and shape. So for my eyeshadow area, the next step to do is my eyeshadow. First thing I did is I went in with my foundation, and I concealed. You can use your concealer as well. I concealed the shadow areas, and when I was done with that, I used this. I love this eyeshadow. You guys know I love this eyeshadow. I went in with a very light brown for my transition. That's the shade I try to show that here. For a lighter brown, I used for my transition area to blend out errors and to blend in colors as well. So I did that, blended in. I got the right shade as I wanted on both sides of my face. And then I went in with my benign eyeshadow primer to create my crease for the primary color, and I blended it in properly. Kind of don't want it clustered or bulgy, so I blended it in with my brush, created the shape I want my eyeshadow to come out on both sides, making sure they are equal. We don't want to have one thin line and one bold line on one side, so that's what I'm trying to do here, to make sure that on both sides I have like very similar looking shape. And when I was done with that, I used this nude eyeshadow to that's my as my primary color, to blend in everything and to mattify the shadow primer. Then I went in with a very dark brown for my smoky edge, and that's what I'm using now to do my smoky eye. To get it darker, I also went in with a black at the end of the day. So I just used this one to correct on both sides, blend in my colors on my transition areas, and I went in with a smoky black at the edge as well to give me that cat eye smoky effect. Using dark colors at the end always looks really nice and sexy if you're going to wear artificial lashes on, but I didn't anyways. Then when I was done, to give it a spark for the season, I went in with a white glitters, guys. It was lovely. Trust me, this video is not doing justice. and it was so beautiful, and it just kind of brought the spark out of the eye. It was really nice. And when I was done with that, I did that on both sides with the white sparkly glitters. Then I went in with my karate gel liner in color black for my inner eyelids, and I used this my liner brush to apply that. It's very smooth, very friendly, it doesn't poke, and it's really soft. So I recommend this brush for doing your inner eyeliner, both for yourself and for clients as well. That's what I used to do my both eyes. I did my lining. When I was done, I cleaned off any kind of stain. The good thing with doing your makeup, brow, shadow, liner, then face, is that you don't have any stain. You're not wasting your skin prep. Everything is just like step by step. And if you have anything falling on your face at this stage, you can easily wipe off without having to worry about your foundation. That's why I recommend you doing your eyebrow and eye makeup before you get to your face, because really that's the safest step I've seen so far. However, you can do the other way as you please. Then I went in with my mascara. When I was done with my eyeliner, I went in with my mascara to bring out my natural lashes, give it a bit of length and volume. Then I went in with my Rimmel Beauty Perfect Finish Primer, and you can see I'm spreading it around my whole face from the T-zones to the other areas of my face. You want to just take it in the way you want to spread your makeup. Just make sure it's evenly spread across the face. Then guys, I love this L'Oreal True Match foundation, but it's not my perfect shade. It's a bit darker, so I mixed it with a classic yellow tone foundation, but somehow I ended up coming off a bit too yellowish. I don't know why it ended up like that, but the overall finishing was very nice. So I had a mix of both the classic and the L'Oreal, and that's what I'm using here. But I recommend, if you have a perfect shade, your perfect shade in L'Oreal is beautiful, is smooth, and is really soft. So that's what I used here. And then I went in with my W Star Beauty Blender again to sit my foundation properly into my skin and take off all the excess. And when I was done blending it out, it actually looked a lot better. Then I went in with my Milani Conceal Perfect. It's a two-in-one. This has concealer and foundation two-in-one. It's really good. So that's what I'm using for my highlighting. Is in shade 08. As you can see, it's a lighter shade. So that's what I'm using for my highlighting. And then I'm using LA Pro Concealer in a dark shade for my contour bronzer effect around all the areas, and I'm applying that for my contour. Then when I was done, I applied my liquid blush before I started to blend. It just kind of makes the whole thing sitting properly. And then I went on to blend in my highlight, all my highlighted area first. I first of all went in with my highlighters and blended them into my skin, and trying not to mix it up with the contour and also with the blusher, because I don't want the blush to spread all over my face. So I kind of avoided it first. And when I was done, I blended in the concealer, the contour part, the darker shade with another beauty blender, and then I came back with this same beauty blender and blended in my blush into the skin. That's what I did. So I just took it like one at a time, go with the lighter shade, go with the darker shade, and then the final one I went in with the blush. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. So you just keep blending, blending. So to set my highlights, I use my Sasha setting powder to mattify all the areas for it to bake. And after that, after a few seconds, I went in with my House of Tara uh powder palette. That's what I'm using here, House of Tara, to on my brush to take away the baked setting powder and to pop my highlights more. Then I just kind of blended it out. As I was taking it out, I was also using the House of Tara. And when I was done with that, I also used House of Tara as my contour in shade 46 and 47. I had a mix of those two dark shades, and I used that for my contoured areas. When I was done, I went in with my classic blush palette. I'm using Hot Red for my blusher, and then I applied that for my rosy cheek and also spread it over my edges to give me a beautiful light up and pop. That's why I did that for both sides of my face for the blusher. I went back to my contour and I used the 46 and 47 to finish off my contour around my nose bridges and to give my nose more lift. Then for my under eye, I did a little smoky. I went back with the dark brown to give me the smoky effect underneath my eyeliner. So that was what I used here. To perfect my cat eye, I went back with my concealer, and then I just kind of, brought out the shape I wanted, use a very light concealer and my angle brush, and then just to kind of conceal any kind of errors or spread. Yeah, and when I was done with that, I did that for both sides of my face, and then I went in with the beauty blender to finish it up. I used the beauty blender to smoothen out the concealer applied, just to make sure it's not looking clustered and it blends into the rest of my face. The best time to actually do this is after your foundation, because doing this now will definitely leave some clusters and heaviness around your eyes if it's not properly done. So guys, you want to try doing this after your concealer foundation. So what I'm doing here is that I use my exact skin shade of my powder. I'm still using House of Tara powder palette, and I kind of unified the whole colors and patches between the contour, the blush, and the highlighter. I want to use your exact skin shade of powder to kind of tone it down and to blend them all out together. Then I went in with my bronzer to highlight my highlighted areas. I used the bronzer for my nose arc and then around my cheek to give it a pop and to add some light and spark to my makeup. That's what I did here. And then when I was done with that, I went back to my Milani eyeliner pencil to for my lip liner, and this actually helps me to scope up my lip shape, the desired lip shape I want, how big, how small I want my lipstick to appear. And then when I'm done with that, I use a brush to kind of blend it all out so it doesn't just look like a straight thick line before you now go in with your lipstick. So I just kind of went on and mapped out my lip liner, and when I was done, like I said, I blended it out with a brush. I blended it all out with a lip brush to kind of soften out the shade of the liner. And then when I was done with this, I went in with my hot red Tara lipstick. I love House of Tara, guys. I just went in with, my hot red. This lipstick is beautiful. It's perfect for that, still the show date night is just beautiful. It's lovely. If you want a red lipstick after Ruby Woo shade, man, this is it. This is really nice. It's hot, it's sparkly, it's calling, it's sexy, it's just beautiful. So I use this to kind of finish up my lips. I think I also added a glow. So this is me adding the glows, like I said, to give it a shine. Guys, if you're going on a date or you're having a long day, I do not advise you using a lip gloss, because once you have something to eat, it just kind of wipes away. So you want to leave your lipstick matte, as there's definitely always a leftover of your lipstick if it is matte, even after meals and drinks. So you want to have, or if you're having just your yearly outing or your personal meetings and whatever, where you're just going to talk and speak, then gloss is definitely work. Then when I was done with all the lip colors, I went in with my lip highlighter brush, and I kind of shaping the whole thing into, bring it to form, took away all the excesses, brought out my lip lines, and then just, bring out all the sexiness and all the lines around your lips when you're done, and take away any kind of stain. This is the finishing, the icing on the cake for your lips. You can't do a lipstick without tidying up the lip lines. So guys, this is it for me. This is this look. Let me know, do you like it? What do you think I should work on? I'm definitely looking forward to bringing in models and different faces to my channel. I hope you guys are here and you're enjoying the ride with me and the journey as well. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for being here.